Welcome back. Today I want you all to do the activity. It also the same as the previous activity that we have done in the website, that is Transium Mathematics website. So I have give the given link to on our group at WhatsApp. So you may click the link to enter to this activity. So here it is, Transium. So what is Transium? It is a free mathematical activities, puzzle, problems, visual aids, investigation, and lots more. So in this activity, in this website, there are many varieties of activity that's related with our syllabus. So you have and so you have to do the activity in this website by today. So today we will do about the activity that related with our lesson just now, that is straight line, where you have to do the graph match, the linear graph, and match it with the equation. So before that, you have to enter the activities here. So you click for the button, the red enter button here under the picture of apple. Then you will see this. So there are many, like what I have mentioned on the previous activity, there are many selection here. So if you have a free time, you may do for it. So for today's activity, you will go for GoMath. Once again, go for GoMath, and at here you will see there are many activities that's related with our syllabus. Most of it that is related, some of it. So here it is. So we have to find for equation of straight line. So we have to scroll it down like this to find for the equation where it is. Here it is. So this is the equation for the straight line. So you have to click it to enter for, you can enter for the activities. So here it is. So you will see the question will be like this, but this is not the question that I asked you to do by today. So you have to click for the graph match here at your left. Click for the graph match. At last, you have succeed entering the activity. So for this activity, I would like you to match all of this question to the related to the graph. So I believe that you have learned the straight line equation of straight line just now. And first you have to identify the gradient, which you have to use the formula that is y equal to mx plus c, where c is your intercept and m is your gradient. So I believe that you will be able to find the gradient here, as you have to identify the coordinates, which you will draw the triangle there, the angles, and you will use the formula m equal to rise over run, or m equal to change in y over change in x, or m equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can use one you can use on that formula. Okay, class? So for the y-intercept, you will see where the line here is where the straight line crosses the y-axis. So you have to identify, first you have to identify either the function here is negative or positive. Like what I have mentioned before, when the straight line go upward like this, it would be positive, and when it going down like this, it will be negative. The gradient will be negative. So you have to identify all of this question. When you have matched this equation to the graph here, when all of you have done, you have to click the button. The yellow button check will be appears as you have done answering all the questions here by putting or paste the equation to the provided yellow box here. The result will be in the batch where when one of your answer still wrong, so your result will be wrong because some of your answer is not correct or it doesn't match to the graph. So the blue wrong batch will be appear. So if you answer all the question right, when you match with the correct equation, the red correct bench will be appear. So I would like you to do this by today, and I will give you some time. So after you done for it, we will discuss it later. So you have to screenshot your result also and send it to me. Okay, class? So you may do it right now. Okay, class, we are back to discuss the question together. As I promised just now, we will discuss the question together, right? So I have received your result where some of you can answer it well and get the red correct bench, right? Batch. So some of you will have get blue wrong batch. Maybe some of your questions are not corresponding, your equation are not corresponding to the graph. So here, for your information, the graph is the same like others, just the position is different. So let us discuss it together. For this graph or this linear graph or this function, you will get the answer for this graph is y equal to 2x plus 1, where the gradient is 2 and the y-intercept is 1. Why 1? Because the line is crosses the one here at the y-axis. And the gradient, how you want to find the gradient, where you have to use the formula that is m equal to change in y over 2 or rise over run, where the rise here it is 4. You can count the box here, that is 4 over 2, so you will get 2 for the gradient. So the answer will be y equal to 2x plus 1. So for here, so yeah, I forget to say that you have to identify the gradient, either it is positive and negative too. Yeah, class. So for this function here, the answer is y equal to 4 minus 1 over 2x. So doesn't mean if the x position is in the back, doesn't mean it is a y-intercept. Yeah, class. It's still the gradient. So m would be 4 will be the y-intercept, where the straight line have crosses the y-axis, so it crossed the 4 at here. So the gradient would be negative 1 over 2, where the straight line are going downwards. How you want to find the gradient? You have draw this triangle or angle here to get the gradient. So the gradient is the rise is 2 over the run 4, and you will get 1 over 2. So you see the graph is going downward. As it's going downward, it will be negative. So the answer is y equal to 4 minus 1 over 2x, or if in the correct terms, it will be 1 equal to negative 1 over 2x plus 4. So for this graph, the answer is y equal to x minus 1, where the y-intercept is negative 1. So the gradient is 1. So you have to write only x, because 1 will be represent the x. It is the same. So for this graph, it doesn't cross any of either y-axis and x-axis, but it cross both of them, and it doesn't have any of y-intercept, whereas the y-intercept is 0, so you don't have to set the 0, or if you want to do it, you may. So for this question, the answer is y equal to x, where the straight line are going to upwards, and it is positive. For this question, the answer is y equal to x plus 3, where the gradient is 1 and the y-intercept is 3. For this question, the answer is y equal to 2x plus 5, where the straight line here, it is a positive straight line, so the gradient must be positive also. So the gradient is 4 over 2, you will get 2, and the y-intercept you will get 5, where the line have crossed number 5 on the y-axis. For this question, you will get y equal to x plus 2, where the gradient is 1 and the y-intercept is 2. Here, you see the line, the straight line crosses the y-axis, and you will get 2, and it is a positive gradient. So how about this? It looks like it's going to down, right? So it will be the negative gradient. So make sure your gradient is negative. So for this, how you to find the gradient? You can put the dot here and here. So you will get 1, and the answer is y equal to 2. 2 is your y-intercept, and x will be present your gradient where negative 1 or negative x. You then have to put 1 in front of the x. Okay, you have to put x only. It is the same. So for this, the graph, the linear graph here, it is the same like the previous one, but it is a negative gradient because the straight line here going to downwards. So the gradient is 1, negative 1, as the straight line have going to downward, and it does not have any y-intercept because the straight line does not cross any of the y-axis here. So for this linear graph, the answer is y equal to 2x minus 1. Y minus 1 because the graph here have crossed the negative 1 y-axis, and the gradient is 2, where the rise is 4 and the run is 2. You will get 2x, and it is a positive graph where the straight line is going upward. This also a positive graph. You see it is going to upward. So the answer for this graph is y equal to x plus 1, where the gradient is 1 and your y-intercept also 1, positive 1. And this also, and the last graph also show it is a positive gradient where the gradient is 1 over 2 here. The rise here you get 2, and the run here you get 4 boxes here. So you will divide it, 2 divided by 4 equal to 1 over 2 or half. So the answer for the gradient is 1 over 2x plus 3. So 3 is your y-intercept where the line has crosses the 3 y-axis here. So that's all for our activity.